I would Mario, and I mean I really would Mario. I would Mario so much, I would play Super Mario World every night before sleepy time, and I got very good at it. I was so good at Super Mario World that I would speed run it in 5 minutes and go to speed run competitions and win big trophies and get congratulated by my mom and get big brown kisses from hot babes, not my mom. But one day I was doing a big Mario game speed run marathon in my big stinky basement. And when I got to my favorite Mario game, Super Mario World, not Mario 2, I was as excited can be, which you can imagine is very excited. I put in the cartridge, and as I said before, I was very excited, maybe too excited even. But when I excitedly put in the cartridge, something bad happened. Mario flashed on the screen for 5 minutes, and red evil text flashed on the screen for 6 minutes. But I don't remember what it said. Maybe it is me, Mario, or something like that. I was not excited anymore. I was scared of Mario. Even though I was scared, and I could feel that my Thomas the Train diaper was bigger than usual, as well as emanating green stink lines, I continued playing, hoping that the scary thing was just a bug, and I don't mean the insect. Also, it was not a bug. The world map loaded 100%, and everything looked okay. So it must have just been a bug. It was not. I clicked the button that would go to level 1, and I went to level 1. It seemed like a normal level, so I started my speed run timer, and I was off doing super crazy glitches and speed run strategies. I reached the end of the level and stopped my speed run timer. I finished the level in 6 seconds, and I felt very awesome sauce, but I did not realize that it was actually 6.66 seconds. I went back to the world map, but something was different. A pixel on Mario's hat was black instead of the iconic red. This was a confusing moment for me, and I didn't know how to react. So I didn't and moved on to level 2 instead. With my cool speed run strategies, I beat the level easily, maybe too easily even, and I got yet another 6 seconds, but yet again I did not realize that it was actually 6.66 seconds. How strange is that I got it again. I was on a roll. So I quickly went back to the world map to go to the next level, level 3 for those who are unaware, but something was weird again. Another pixel on Mario's iconic red hat had turned black. What the deuce? I exclaimed with fright, meaning fear. This was very strange, so strange that I said, "What the deuce?" out loud. But I thought it was another bug. So I ignored it again, but it was not a bug. Just like last time I said I thought it was a bug. Level after level, I completed in record time, 6.66 seconds each. Once again, very strange. However, one thing I did in fact realize was that after each level, Mario's big red hat continued to turn black when it's supposed to be red. I then got irrationally angry and turned the console off. I pondered around my room very angrily, thinking about Mario and how the F word, his iconic red hat, could turn such an evil and a wicked color. It must have been a stupid and stinky bug, I assured myself out loud, but once again, it was not a bug, and I was wrong big time. I changed my Thomas the Train diaper and turned the console back on, determined to finish this totally epic speed run marathon. But once the game turned on, after the console turned on, I gulped with fright. and was even more scared than before, back when I filled my cool Thomas the Train diaper the first time. And yes, I did it again later. When I turned the console and game back on, the screen was black and nothing was there, because it was black like Mario's hat, even though it's supposed to be red. But then I saw it, Mario's pig brown castle. It was covered in blood and poopy, which I thought was gross, and it did not make me very hungry. There was only one button to press, a big red and evil button that said press start. I was very, very scared, but I pulled up my Thomas the Train diaper and pressed start like the button told me to do. The screen turned black yet again, but quickly faded into the world map with only one level, not two or even three. It was called Mario's double hockey sticks, which is where gay people go when they die. I pressed a button to go to the only level, and I prepared myself for whatever spooky things would appear, like evil Mario maybe. After 11 minutes of loading, the level loaded 100%, and, surprisingly, the level was completely normal. Have I been clickbaited, I thought, but I would soon realize that I had in fact not been clickbaited. The level was Bowser's Castle from Mario 2, not Super Mario World, for some reason which made me angry, because I was Super Mario World, and I was playing as Luigi, not Mario. Luigi is Mario's brother. The enemies were also moving much faster than usual, about 4 times faster to be exact. I started my speed run timer and went to work speedrunning, not to work at Walmart. I flawlessly moved through the level at top speeds like the Flash if he was a Mario fan and a video gamer. After exactly 3 seconds, I reached the boss room. I was ready to end this speed run and move on with my life. But I had no idea just how scary this final boss would be, and it was very scary. I entered the final boss room, and Mario was standing in the center of the room. His hat was completely black and his eyes were closed. It was very scary. As I walked towards Mario, clenching my butt cheeks so I didn't fill my Thomas the Train diaper again, Mario opened his eyes. His eyes were evil and red, which is a very evil color unless it's on Mario's hat. When I saw his wicked red eyes, I screamed so loud I cracked the TV screen, and even though I tried so hard to keep it in, I filled my Thomas the Train diaper once again, like I said I would. If you remember, as this happened, Mario started walking towards me, his footsteps so loud they cracked the TV screen again. Now there were the cracks. As he walked closer, a horrible static noise started to play, and I prepared myself for a big scare and to fill my Thomas the Train diaper again. Mario stopped right in front of Luigi's face, and the screen cut to black, and then it faded to a hyper-realistic image of Mario which looked very real and very scary. Then red text popped up on the screen that said, "It is me, Mario. Let's go to double hockey sticks." I nearly filled my diaper again. This was the scariest thing I've ever seen, even more scary than anything else. Then the screen cut to black again, and I heard an evil laugh, like the Joker, but even more evil. Then all of a sudden, my TV screen broke into 3,000 pieces. I did not count them, I'm just guessing, and my gaming console burst into flames. I screamed because it was scary and ran to get the fire extinguisher. But when I tried to extinguish the fire, with the fire extinguisher. All that came out of the fire extinguisher was blood. I screamed again, but louder, because this was even more scary. So I quickly grabbed my favorite Mario plushie, ran out of the house, called 911, and waited for a fire truck to come. After 6 minutes of waiting, which turned out to be 6.66 minutes, the fire truck showed up. But by the time it did, my house was already gone. It got burnt down by the fire from the gaming console. My mom then got home from work, and she was very angry at me. But not at Mario, who she should really be angry at. After getting yelled at by my mom and grounded for 3 years, I sat on the sidewalk. I was very sad because all my Mario stuff was gone, and all I had left was my favorite Mario plushie. I looked down at the Mario plushie in my hands, and my heart immediately stopped. Not really though, because I would die if that happened. Something was off about my Mario plushie. Its eyes were red, and its hat was black. He was also covered in a red liquid, and I don't think it was strawberry jam. Then I realized this was not my Mario plushie. This plushie was evil.